Here, we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't, driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here, we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
To know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here, we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
and you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here, we do.
Hello, my little puck chips, and welcome back to the final two schools of the evening. We have University of Hawaii going up against DePaul University. I'm, of course, Duramgo, coming to you live from the comfort of my own home here in Brooklyn, New York, alongside Fang. How are you doing today, Sean?
I'm good. That trailer was crazy. That was the most intense call. I felt like I was in a movie. Did you see that dunk? That dunk was insane.
You saw them raving?
You saw them raving and then learning right after? I was like, relatable. Because
But anyways, we do have Matt Beach going up against Tempest. So these are two very, very exciting players. I'm really, really excited to see
what schools we got? You didn't mention the schools.
Well, we got DePaul and University of Hawaii, but I actually don't know who's playing who. I didn't know that Matt Beach played Kazuya now.
I think he played Mega Man before. I guess maybe he's a new Kazuya player, and I'm assuming Tempest didn't play Sephiroth before. But with the new wave of DLC coming out here in Smash Ultimate, people have a chance to, re-identify themselves and then have some sort of rebirth with their character identity.
And I've got to say, Kazuya is terrifying.
He's
As soon as
scary.
he does get in, he can kill you off of just a couple of hits. His damage output is genuinely absurd, but you really can't get too much stuff out there if you're getting constantly thrown and shot off stage. Tempest also has to be really, really cognizant of the fact that Kazuya has neutral beam, which helps him stall and just keep himself safe for a little bit longer.
Luckily, Tempest is going to be taking off that Rage Drive from Kazuya. Such a scary, scary move, because if you do get grabbed once, and that move also has super armor on the grab, by the way, for those of you who don't know. So, best be careful. But Tempest doing a fantastic job thus far of keeping Matt Beach completely out. Still, though, excellent EGWF into back air right there. That was really good right there from Matt Beach.
And look how patiently Matt Beach is playing right now, just waiting for that big opening. Also, going for the reflector in a couple of these cases can kind of discourage Tempest from going for anything crazy. Tries to go for the platform extension, 46%, and breaking through the scintilla. Matt Beach. Oh my goodness. That was insane.
That was crazy. Nuts.
Sephiroth.
Those of you who don't know, Sephiroth's counter does not reflect, and it also has a certain amount of, I believe, health on it. I don't know if it's a knockback-based thing or a percentage-based thing, but you can break that counter, as we just saw, so be careful.
Oh.
Welcome to the wild world of DLC, Dara.
Oh my god, and look just how much knockback that has in of itself. Has to go through the up B here. Matt Beach just waiting for a big opportunity. Tries to go for another EWGF. That's going to be the re-grab, but no punish with the down smash. Actually not going to be able to hit Sephiroth's ledge hang.
Alright, the Rage Drive back on Matt Beach. The Tempest has to play the best neutral of their life at this point.
Oh my goodness.
No Rage Drive grab right there, but that should be the stock right there, and it is. You will explode at higher percents from that. Matt Beach, Kazuya looking super scary right now.
That was absurdly clean. Matt Beach, oh my goodness. Matt Beach went off. Matt Beach's kill confirms Matt Beach's advantage state. Again, all it takes is for Kazuya to get in once. You have to circle camp Kazuya. You have to keep him away. You have to play like you are fighting a demon, because you kind of quite literally are. Wow. Damn.
Kazuya is scary. A true force of nature in that character, to be honest. And that's a pretty explosive lead for DePaul. Like we said during the interview, or like Connor Sanders said during the interview from the last block, DePaul is one of these schools to look out for in this league. They have such a solid roster at their disposal. So you got to be really, really careful when dealing with each and every member of this team, because they're all killers. They're all killers, each and every one of them.
Yeah, but going into game 2, I need to see more patient play from Tempest. You want to be spacing fighters, you want to make it impossible for Kazuya to be able to get in, and then you want to run circles around him. He does not excel in the air. He has a couple of pretty okay anti-airs and air-to-airs, but you have to. It's not like a matter of like playing lame versus not. It kind of just boils down to necessity.
We're gonna be getting right back into it here. Yeah, I feel like Tempest has to find an answer to this Kazuya. This Kazuya just absolutely wreaking havoc right now. The combo game has been so consistent, and the damage output on this character, even just a few hits, brings you to such high percentages. Tempest has to just keep this healthy mid-range against Matt Beach and really capitalize on Kazuya's disadvantage, because I would say that's probably the worst aspect of him.
Look at Matt Beach's movement, so scary, just dashing in and out, waiting for that one big opening. But, you know, of course, you have to keep in mind that side B is on deck.
Right.
Matt Beach is just, they understand that all they need is that one in. And Tempest, gotta say, dashing back in and out like that is so dangerous.
And this is a similar start to how we saw last game. You know, Tempest did a fantastic job at the very beginning of the game, but then Matt Beach kind of turned up and adapted, showed some good adaptation. So, like, I feel like if Kazuya just touches Tempest one time, it's gonna be a lot. Matt Beach has really been good at opening up Tempest's entire set. Already 60. That rage drive is insane. Such a good move.
Oh my goodness. Every time I see like one of those no spikes, I'm like, is this gonna be it? This could possibly be it right now. Just sitting in shield, playing very, very patiently, playing footsies, and look at the angle of that. That was disgusting.
Yeah, that move sends at a very Melee Chic-esque, fair-esque angle where you're just put completely horizontally and downward angled. A lot of characters would not be able to make that back based on with their base recovery. But Sephiroth with the one wing, more than enough jumps to the tank, but you cannot be caught sleeping at the wheel. That laser will come and hit you when you least expect it.
Well, and Matt Beach, despite like starting off at a deficit, was the first one to take that stock. But luckily for Tempest, able to even it out just a little tiny bit with the platforms of Town and City. Now you have a bit of leg room. You can play under them. You can jump under them. You can play around them. You can make it very difficult for Matt Beach to be able to find an end. The name of the game is going to be knocking him off stage.
Tempest doing a fairly good job just keeping this range, but Matt Beach finally getting in. Still nothing too crazy off of that interaction right there. You just have to be terrified. Actually, a gentleman.
Whoa.
Yeah.
How is Tempest already at 100? What just happened?
Kazuya does lots of damage. Each hit really just makes you climb. And Kazuya is a pretty touch of deathy-esque combo heavy character. So if you have a touch of that character with very high damage normals, it's gonna be a big struggle out here. You're not really gonna be holding your leads for too long.
Yep.
And oh my
god, hitbox is so unsuspecting. If you want to edge guard, Kazuya, you can, but you gotta keep in mind that that is one of the only hitboxes that you can't contest.
Oh
it's dangerous
man,
and big. Oh, not actually getting the EWGF there. Just keeps popping out of it. I'm not really sure where it's going wrong, but you know what? 61% is still 61.
And they didn't get that drag down nair hit that they wanted. Rage drive still glimmering. Very, very scary for Tempest right now. Matt Beach, excellent job making it back, and they're gonna deploy that, almost taking the stock right there. That was so scary. This movement is ridiculous for Matt Beach right now.
That forward are going to be so big, just knocking Tempest off stage once again. That's going to be the good grab, but not in a position to be able to down smash or down tilt that in time. And one well-placed back is going to be able to do it. So, you know what? Luckily for Tempest, they brought it to last stock. Anything is possible with one clean edge guard.
What is it with players in this league using their first and last names as a tag and just being this cracked?
Wow.
Like, Matt Beach is insane, dude. What? That set was explosive. Tempest doing their absolute best, but we're going to be seeing 5-0, I believe, on the board for DePaul. Starting off this set so far. Wow.
Starting it off confidently every time. No, I said this about Matt Beach last season as well. Every time I watch him play, I'm like, damn, this is a joy to watch play. Matt Beach is the captain of the team, I believe, for a reason. Matt Beach is good at this game. Matt Beach has such solid fundamentals. It was a little bit like they could have gotten so much more of some of the things, like did Link. They could have gotten the stocks a little bit sooner, whatever. Matt Beach just knows how to push their advantage and play neutral so patiently as well. I always enjoy watching Matt Beach play.
Hey, he's really hype. Even back, I believe, when they played Mega Man, you know, the Mega Man was crispy with it too. So, but I think on Kazuya, I feel like Kazuya is just a much larger threat coming through the meta right now. Not a lot of people really know how to fight the character, and Matt Beach seems like they know what they're doing with this character. So we're gonna be seeing, I believe, Next up for both schools, I think we're going to be seeing Ikaro versus Volt. I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure.
I don't think the University of Hawaii has locked in their character of choice quite yet. But in the meantime, we once again going to cut to Ape Week. We'll see you guys in just a couple of minutes with some more action between these two schools. I'm really excited to see what sets we have coming up. But in the meantime, get yourself some water and buckle up. We'll be back in a minute. Hello everybody and welcome back to DePaul University going up against University of Hawaii. I hope everybody's evenings have been going splendiferous
late.
thus far. It is getting late.
You tucked in for bed? You comfortable? Did you have a good day today? I hope so.
He cares. Fed cares about your well-being, guys. Hopefully you're watching this in the comfort of your own home, maybe in like a bed, maybe cuddled up on the couch with some homies. Always the best.
Always gotta cuddle with the homies.
Why do you laugh? Is there an issue?
Either way, going into it now, we've got Ikaro from DePaul playing Bayo against Tia from University of Hawaii playing Wii Fit Trainer.
Oh,
so,
hey.
I know Ikaro's cracked. From the last time I watched them play, I know they do incredible things with this character. Haven't heard of Tia before, but you know, they're going against one of the biggest threats in this league right now, so hopefully nice.
Also, I feel like this is a phenomenal matchup for Bayonetta. You can't get comfortable throwing out sun salutations or like... Wow, that's spacing. You can't get comfortable throwing out like sun salutations or headers from a long distance, as Bayonetta can easily witch time those. And Bayonetta has phenomenal edge guarding as well, can go so deep, especially against Wii Fit. So Tia has to really play unconventional to the game plan.
And Tia not doing a bad job, honestly. I've liked the usage of these very high headers to kind of prevent Ikaro from landing a lot of the time, and they've been working. Ikaro really hasn't been able to pick up on the pattern Tia's been going for just yet.
Gonna be making it back onto the stage, of course. ABK gonna be a classic ledge option, but Tia gonna be the first one to take the stock. Already sitting with a not a good lead, but a Wii Fit with Rage can be pretty scary. So, you know, already immediately disappearing.
It's a commentator's curse, you know, whenever you note of how well a player's doing holding their stock, they tend to lose it immediately. Either way, though, you know, we talk about damage and how much Wii Fit can do with deep breathing, but Bayo's combo trees really deploy a lot of damage in terms of how much percent each multi-hit does. So Tia shouldn't be getting, you know, too comfortable, I'd say. But so far, they're doing a pretty dang good job of dealing with Ikaro. You know, Ikaro hasn't really been able to get a lot of crazy combos started up, given how thin and wiry Wii Fit Trainer is. Oh my god.
We're just sitting patiently and shielding on the platform. What? That killed?
That killed.
Oh, okay, sure. Ikaro is sitting on a completely fresh stock right now.
Oh my. I love how much of a great job Tia has been doing so far. They've really been using deep breathing in very optimal locations. Like they'll get like a combo off, get stage control, and immediately deep breathing right after that, just to give themselves more resources. So really good stuff.
That feels like it'd be so big, but unfortunately, Ikaro going for an up tilt a little bit too early. As Tia just ends up air dodging to the other side of the stage. That was such a bold deep breathing. They were right in the face, right in like the jaws of death. But Ikaro slightly misspacing in time.
Oh my god, Tia. Tia with these calls, they're so consistent. The deep breathings every single time are so crucial for Tia. And the amount of airspace they were controlling against Ikaro was fantastic. Because Bayo kind of commands the airspace, so when you have a character like Wii Fit constantly calling that out, with good aerials like Fair or Header, it just works out marvelously for them.
They relied a lot on the normals, which I think was actually the correct play for sure in this kind of a matchup. The only thing for Ikaro, like, they were finding these ABKs, he was like finding a lot of these heel slides, but not able to get too many big hits off of them, sometimes just dropping stuff, which is really, really unfortunate, and not what you're looking for, obviously, as Bayonetta, as a combo-oriented character.
That was ridiculous.
So it seems like No discussion of bans or anything quite yet, so it might be just happening in a different channel.
Maybe they're doing it mentally. Or maybe they're like mentally projecting what bands they want to do to each other through telekinesis. Yes. Could be possible.
But yeah, I think that's well played from both of the players. Ikaru's getting the neutral wins once again that he really needed. But is just going to have to find a way to be able to convert off of them a little bit better. Tia adapted very, very well. So it does seem like Tia's going to be banning Callus, Lilat, and Battlefield. And they will be probably opting to run it to Yoshi's story, it is.
That's interesting, actually. Yoshi's for Bayo, good counter pick, I'd say, honestly. I feel like off the platforms and given how little stage there is to really get down, I feel like it's a good counter pick for sure.
Alright, let's go for it. To Yoshi's Bayonetta, I feel like just by having virtue of like the flat sides on Yoshi's story, you're able to really track recovery super well. Since people can't really dip down lower, you might be able to get some really good edge guards. And also, if you do end up getting a preemptive spike on you, you might end up like teching on the sides of Yoshi's as well. So it can be pretty lenient if you're trying to go out here to edge guard. Oh my.
Ikaru doing a fairly good job so far, though. Already such good damage built up. I feel like they might have to take a more grounded approach this time around, because it's very clear that Tia has been so commanding with this airspace. And man, if that was any other character with no jump. Oh my god, Ikaru.
Heel slide F smash to catch a jump from off stage. Cool. That was quite the mix-up, and you know what? It did exactly what Ikaru needed it to do. And now Tia gonna be stalked down a little bit too soon.
All right, I love this too. Tia, do you notice how Tia went all the way back to center stage once they realized that Ikaru was coming back? A lot of Bayos tend to ABK from the ledge a lot of the time, so if you can somewhat anticipate it, you're opening yourselves up for a fantastic punish at that point. I love that awareness from Tia.
Method up smash should be like a really good tool to be able to punish it, especially because of like the eye range that it gives you. But you know what, Tia still gonna be able to close it out. Really good ABK after the back here, then just catching Tia pressing.
Okay, Ikaru, I see you. Again, these combos, I don't think there's going to be any kills off the top, but it's the consistent damage for Ikaru, I feel like, at this point. They just keep building it up over and over again, and Tia is getting caught out in the air consistently.
Well, we tries to go for the up tilt back here, but unfortunately setting up an accidental tech chase onto the platform. Either way, right now, that's going to be Tia trying to make it back onto the stage. They just need to get anything started.
Ooh, that's stock.
Kills.
Is what I would say.
Never mind, Bayo's still not good. I thought
nope, bad character.
I thought post buff that was gonna be a
Alright, though, here we go again. Ikaru again, getting started off. Tia's gotta really start respecting Ikaru on shield just a little bit more. I feel like they found good chances in stage control to call out things this last game, but Ikaru really making a very huge adjustment between both games.
They're able to get the damage output on deck. Every single hit is converting into something else. They're putting on the damage, and securing even kills with smash attacks is also pretty huge. Tia has been scrambling to get any bit of footing for themselves.
Ooh. Yeah, okay. That's the saving grace right there for Tia, I believe, is that they can get deep breathing stocked up. And if there is a massive whiff punish in Ikaru, you know, there's going to be so much RCL lag off of Bayo's combos that Tia is going to be able to get that whiff punish almost every time.
Ooh, using the header to go just above the bullet arts and just stall just a little tiny bit. This is going to be really big for Tia right now. As soon as they can find that big parry punish. Uh-oh.
Ooh, that's game? No way. Tia living, just barely, but they're still living.
Makes it back onto the stage. This is still within the realm of doability for Tia. That was a max space get up attack. Okay.
The jab is good now, maybe, kind of. It was 160%, but...
It was like, okay-ish.
Bayo can kill, I promise. just need a little elbow grease to it.
That's it. I feel like Yukara's made all the adjustments that we just talked about, just like adjusting the timing and spacing on some of the moves, getting the combos on point. So, you know what? They killed it.
Killed it, indeed they did. And we're running into our first game 3 of this series so far. So I'm curious to see what kind of adjustments Tia is going to make in this situation. I feel like they did a fairly good job game 1 of intercepting a lot of what Ikara was doing in the air. However, I think game 2, they got a little too ingrained in that type of counterplay after Ikara had already adapted. And that really, really kind of buried them quite a bit.
Yeah. One thing though, Tia had like all the callouts in ABK, but just did not have the correct punish. Like for example, we saw Tia dash in, bait the ABK from ledge, backed up and tried to go for the sun salutation. Bayonettas will typically jump after an ABK from ledge. They will never try to land with all that special landing lag, and if they do, it's going to be with witch time. Right, so after that ABK from ledge, you want to get under them to punish it. You are a Wii Fit trainer. You can up smash, you can crouch and then up tilt. Get creative with it. But you can get those callouts if you are, if you just like know the situation well enough.
And we were seeing lots of situations too where Tia was getting out of combos from Ikaro. I feel like the whiff punishes were really good, and I think you're right. I think more hurt box shifting could be utilized by Tia because they were doing a fairly good job of breaking out of combos. It was just, I guess, avoiding the initial hits like, you know, witch twist and afterburner kick. Like they're very, very hard to deal with, especially online. But I feel like with a character like Wii Fit at the helm, you can avoid a lot of that.
But yeah, looks like we're just going to be jumping right into the next game. I'm curious to see what the stage choice is going to be. It's going to be right back to Pokemon Stadium 2. Sure, fine, classic at the old reliable. One big thing though, Bayonetta is kind of a character that is built towards like calling out new jumps. There are definitely a lot of unsafe positions that Tia does go through jumps, and I just like to see them opt for, you know, just a few less of them.
And it looks like they're listening. You know, I'm seeing a lot more hurt box shifting. I'm seeing a lot less jumps from them. Of course, now after I say that, they jumped and got hit for it, but they were doing a really great job at the beginning of this game. I feel like, you know, Wii Fit doesn't have the quickest grounded options, but you can definitely utilize them in situations like this, because Witch Twist is not safe on shield, believe it or not. You can punish it if it whiffs.
Oh, but that
my God,
is going to be able to do it. Yes, absolutely. An amazing ladder from Ikaro, throwing out a little bit of a taunt as well. Oh, this ABK could be so big. Well, excuse me, heel slide, but unfortunately not getting the second hit of it.
It's in the Bayo Bible that you have to taunt at least once per game or per set. They have like a contract, I think, or something like that.
There's a lot of things that are happening in the Bayo Bible. I feel like, you know, there's like a handful of like Smash characters that you feel like you could like, you know, there's a lot that you can tell about a person from them, you know?
It's true though. I feel like depending on your personality or just certain players of characters do have archetypes.
Like Nest mains, we're all babies.
Either they're babies or they're like extremely tall, like giants.
It's one or the other. There's definitely
yeah, literally. Every character player has like 2 archetypes, I feel like.
But that being said, Ikaro living to 141, but not particularly longer. At that point, Bayonetta is so light, you should be absolutely demolishing his stocks. And again, Tia is in the right place to punish all of these ABKs from the corner, from the ledge, but is just not executing on it. Like,
a lot of fighting Bayo boils down to waiting till she can't really use any more of her resources or trying to call her out for doing really greedy options. You know, good Bayo players will get their damage and then kind of put themselves out of harm's way or try to mix up their landings so that way they won't be susceptible to as much punishment on their landing lag. I feel like Tia is starting to string it along just a little bit. They're definitely doing a good job of conserving this particular stock. You know, I feel like they were getting kind of trashed on last game for it.
You're gonna have to save against Deep than Wii Fit. Wii Fit's damage output is always going to be extraordinary. It's going to be so scary. That is a falling neutral into an up here 78% on the board. Ooh, I felt like that could have been like an up B out of shield, but maybe Ikaru was a little bit unsure of it. But either way, down air is going to be the move of choice to close out the stock. And now we are back to almost evens.
We're on game 3, last stock now. Tia with deep breathing on deck. Let's see if they can get a really fat punish here. Carl, though, desperately trying to find some sort of damage output here. Does catch the landing right there. Backs off, I like it.
Backing off there is so smart just in case Tia decided to do optional air dodge or pick a preemptive option. They could have very well ended up dying for it. So I like the idea to go and mix there. Oh boy. Oh buddy.
Oh boy.
When a Bayonetta starts looking at you and then dashing back, she wants one thing, and that's an S smash. Always.
Bayonets want one thing, and it's freaking disgusting. This could go anywhere, though, honestly. Ikaru's at kill percent. One more deep breathing move from Tia could finish it off, and
There it is.
call me Fangstradamus because we just saw it right there. Tia taking it over Ikaru.
Why did you say that?
Really, really clutch. Really clutch. Super clutch.
Sean, I love you, man. I love you. You're an amazing guy. But sometimes you just be saying things.
Don't mess
You know
with
what?
me.
Speaking of butterfly knives, I just
Have
so
a
happened
butter
to
knife.
order one. I did
This is
buy
a
one
trainer.
in the mail the other day.
It's really cool. It was like $50 on Amazon, but it's really cool. It's wood. It's a fidget device because I have very heavy ADHD and I can't keep control of these hands sometimes. Sometimes these hands be doing things like playing with little dice or clicking keys on my keyboard or whatever.
Yeah.
But anyway, really, really good gameplay from Tia right there. That was a great adjustment to rein it back in, especially throughout that game 3 where it got really tense. I felt like Tia was able to keep their composure a little bit better than Ikaru was in that instance.
Yeah, Tia, I feel like at the end was getting those punishes on heel slides in neutral, heel slides out of disadvantage, and ABKs out of the corner. And if you can punish the Bayonetta's biggest and scariest tools like that, then you've got the matchup down just the way that you need to. But with that being said, that means we're going to be keeping it extremely even, 5-6 right now. We are going to be cutting to a quick little break as we do wait for the next set. So don't go anywhere quite yet, and we'll be back in a minute. Lady Gamers, and we are back with DePaul University going up against the University of Hawaii, and we have another two familiar faces coming up. We have Bobby Time.
What time is it?
The one and only. It's Bobby Time, baby.
Bobby Time.
Going up against Darth Wampa.
Darth Wampa, the person who Switch U Hawaii has been using this entire thing.
So Sean, show us your butterfly knife.
My butterfly knife? Oh,
Yeah,
so I have
your
a little
butterfly
trainer.
knife trainer. Yeah.
We got a trainer right here. It's from, ironically enough, it's from Squid Industries. I know there's been lots of talks about squids lately on Twitter. Don't know what all that is about. Perhaps
Don't
Splatoon
know
or something.
what's going on, dude.
I don't know, but this is a trainer. I got it for $50 on Amazon. It's really good if you like to fidget with things on your desk. It also looks really cool if you flip it around. Either way, though, got both of them. Bobby Time on Pokemon Trainer. Darth Wampa playing Link. So this matchup, I feel like we've been seeing the slow kind of die out of Link players at the forefront. I remember early Ultimate, we were seeing a lot of them. They're placing really, really well. I feel like there still hasn't been a shortage of Pokemon trainers. In fact, I think Pokemon trainer stock has been rising with the movements that Quid has been making in the Ultimate scene.
For sure. And, something to really keep in mind about this matchup, Link is all about keep away, and Pokemon Trainer, do they have some of the best... Wow. Okay.
Speaking of keep away, keep me away from the stage.
You're so proud of yourself, too. You give yourself a little, evil villain chuckle.
Oh, it's looking like Bobby Time right now, though. Talk about Bobby Time.
Yeah, Bobby just putting on already so much damage. Now just trying to find a way to be able to extend it even further. Oh, that laser leap up, it would have been so good. But just slightly misspacing it and timing it. But you know what? That up B is going to be able to do it. And within a minute and 10 seconds, Bobby Time already up by 2 stocks.
Your SO is like, babe, what time is it? And you check your watch, just Ivysaur all over the watch. It's Bobby Time. That's when you know it's Bobby Time.
I like Darth Wampa setup there. That's a little cute.
Yeah, that was cute. I also like the little shield blocking one of the Razor Leaps. That is one of the funniest passive skills in Ultimate.
And one that
I think.
comes into play at the most unusual times, especially in this matchup, because Razor Leaf has RNG, right? Whether or not it goes down, whether it goes up, or whether it goes straight, it'll only clank with Link's shield if it is angled down.
It's oddly floaty for a projectile, and it's probably one of the most unique zoning tools in this entire
Why does
game.
it do that? Why?
It's a leaf. The leaf in the wind. That being said, though, we're running overtime on this Bobby Time right now with that fat 3 stock. 2 unfortunate SDs, I think, coming out right there from Darth Wampa. But man, if I'm Bobby Time, I'm gassed up about that game 1. That's the best a game 1 can go for. It's not best to pray for SDs, but a 3 stock is healthy right there for it to extend this lead for DePaul. So.
That was a really fast game. It
was.
was Bobby Time throughout all of it. Bobby
That's
Time
right.
was just able to get themselves into advantage a couple times. Here's the thing. Link doesn't necessarily have the fastest buttons as when he's being comboed, especially against somebody like Squirtle or Ivysaur. And another really big thing to take into account is how good all of Pokemon Trainer's movement is. Right? You have a lot of good grounded movement. You don't really need to jump in. You have some of especially with Squirtle. Granted, we didn't really see Bobby Time opt for too much Squirtle. Just went in with Ivysaur. 1 neutral, was able to carry the advantage state all the way. I don't know, Bobby Time just played so well.
Yeah, I agree. I think they did a fantastic job of just holding that advantage the entire time. Ivysaur is advantage dog. The character lives and breathes on preying on your disadvantage and really keeping you sharked with those landing options like up air, and even the horrid dominant offstage presence that Ivysaur has with that down air. How Vine Whip can sometimes catch air dodges or bad aerial drifts. You always have to really be watching your back when it comes to Ivysaur.
Yeah, Ivysaur, granted, Ivysaur does not necessarily win neutral that easily. That is going to be the biggest struggle because you don't really have the quickest little pokes. Things are going to be a commitment. But once you do, Ivy has maybe one of the most devastating advantage states in this entire game. And Bobby Time was just able to play around Ivysaur's innate weaknesses and do what makes Ivy good.
3, 2, 1.
Alrighty. Here we go, though, getting back into it. All right, Bobby Time looking good so far. Again, the immediate switch to Ivy. Some PT players definitely. I feel like all Pokemon trainer players definitely favor a specific Pokemon usually. All of them just seem to have one that just is their definitive best to go through, and some even have preferences, like Ned with Squirtle or Beast with Charizard. Ivy seems to be what Bobby Time has been rocking with lately.
Oh, for sure, yeah. Bobby Time has just been playing so well this game so far, but Darth Wampa now going to be stuck in the corner. Double jumping back on was so bold, but Bobby Time was a little bit too slow with the falling forward, and as a result was not able to find it.
Okay, I'm liking this.
Razor Leaf is like not an easy projectile to get hit by. It's not like particularly fast or anything, but it is catching Darth Wampa pressing too many buttons in mid-range. You can't be committing to things like Bomb Pull in those kinds of places, or Boomerang, because those are all very laggy options.
All right, though, seeing Darth Wampa finally getting started up a little bit with that up B. Oh, okay, seeing the momentum. Darth Wampa going, look at what happens when I don't SD. Wow.
Whoa, why did it sound like that?
They got him. He held down and hit him with it. No shot.
You know what? I appreciate the attempt. Darth Wampa was like, you know what? Either I get it or I don't. And then just Charizard ended up armoring through it, so that was a little bit tragic.
That was quite tragic, unfortunately. I feel like Darth Wampa was starting to cook, but it's that urgency. I feel like when you tend to go for more fast falls, it shows a clear lack of comfort in your gameplay. I feel like you're desperately trying to get this punished. This guy has been so hard to hit for a while. I need to fast fall this aerial and make sure I and drive home the point that I am going to hit them right here.
It's that Boomerang recognizing that Darth Wampa does not have any setup here, maybe just trying to catch Bobby Time's next defensive option, but just keeping them away with a bunch of Razor Leaves and being so patient with finding the next opening.
And Darth Wampa trying to play keep away now. They have a little bit of a lead going on. And I'm going to try to be as evasive as possible, not really trying to play into any of these Razor Leaves that'll give Bobby Time the startup that he so very desires. Great forward air right there. That was really good.
But yeah, now that once again is a Link off stage, ended up jumping and neutralizing back down. That was a really good catch on the landing, which is no easy feat. That get up attack went a little bit longer than I thought it would.
Oh boy. All right, Bobby Time. I like the playing, the range that Bobby Time has been keeping Darth Wampa at. Oh my God, that was a funny little trade right there. Actually, killing themselves right there with that bomb triggered. I don't think they predicted it to get countered by and stopped right there by the Vine Whip, so they kind of autopiloted it.
The bomb, they did not anticipate the bomb being like so close to them, but wow, Darth Wampa with such a powerful forward is going to be able to take the game after such a confident game one from Bobby Time. They've adapted so well.
Alrighty. Oh, damn. Beat him so hard that he got deleted from the lobby. That's crazy.
What happened? Where did they go?
Got Thanos snapped. That's what happened. I don't know what's in Link's sword, but I didn't know it had the ability to clear the board right there. That was insane. How do you DC after you win? That's crazy.
No. Bobby Time is the one who lost.
Oh man.
Bobby Time lost and then immediately did. By the way, in other news, I just got my butterfly knife as well, coincidentally, and I think it's not good. But it is.
It's not good. What do you mean?
One of the handles is like suspiciously stiff. Granted, is it supposed to be stiff? It's not supposed to be. Right? They're supposed to be both loose.
Both are supposed to be easily manipulated.
Okay, you see?
You can So all of them have screws. There's a screw at the base of it, right here, that you can undo. Just twist it, and it should loosen up a little bit.
They're really cool.
They are really cool. I've learned one
video
trick so
these.
far, which is this: the double roll.
Yeah, they're actually very sick. I wanna be. It's just I feel like something that everybody has to know.
It's just fun. It's fun to fidget with. It's fun to play with. It feels very clean and loose in my hands. I can just fiddle around with it. I can hit my microphone with it.
However,
I can pretend I'm intimidating. I can pretend I'm Spy from TF2 and do this.
I love how we're buying time with this, by the way. This is good content.
This is good. This is good commentary. I hope you were looking for high-level gameplay analysis. Now we're just fiddling around with butterfly knives.
So I think I might have already stripped one of these screws.
Very cool.
Granted, this was like an $8 butterfly.
Oh, if it's yeah, okay, that makes sense then.
Off of Amazon, but I am no longer capable of actually unscrewing them. Help. Did I mess up? I think I messed up really bad. Uh-oh. Anyhow, we do still have Bobby time going up against Darth Wampa. What do you think was it with Darth Wampa that made it so much like... I don't know, this game was like a complete change in momentum.
It really was. I feel like it's once Darth Wampa stopped SDing, that thing has started to go a lot better for them in these situations, I feel like.
Also, Bobby Time didn't land as many razor leaves. This time, Darth Wampa only got hit by a couple of them and was like, hey, I know what you were looking for, Bobby Time.
Looking for razor leaf.
Condition is. Yep.
I'm not playing with that no more. I don't want any of your leaves. I don't need salad. I'm the hero of time. I don't need salad. Well, he's the hero of the wilds. But he's dressed as the hero.
I feel like Link being, what is he, like an elf? I've never played Legend
He's
of
like an
Zelda.
elf.
He eats his vegetables. You leave him alone. He lives in like a forest
Leave
or
him
something.
alone.
Alright.
Either way,
Bobby Time, Darth Wampa, game number 3. This
got
time,
Squirtle.
complete change of pace. Squirtle, so much grounded movement. You can just dash in. You have some of the best tilts in the game.
Oh my.
You're gonna make it so difficult to actually pin him down.
Oh, that's
Oh
a
my
stock
God.
already. Darth Wampa thinking they can get the reversal right here. Bobby Time doing a little shimmy right after that. I like the counter taunt from Darth Wampa too, but man, that is as fat of a lead as you can get right off the start right there. Full stock with pretty clean damage. Now Bobby can kind of just play the game that he wants to play.
Who just both of them waiting for a big falling aerial. Both of them going through like these big combo starters. Nobody able to land anything quite yet. Darth Wampa does need to approach. They are able to stock down. And look at those conversions.
That boomerang hit was clutch. That literally assisted that entire combo right there from Darth Wampa. And I think once you have a lead, you can start, playing a bit more campy, trying to use projectiles and zoning tools to really keep your opponent out. But I think Bobby is just a lot better off pressing his advantage in this instance. Like,
Oh yeah.
Link does more than fine with an excess of space at his disposal.
Yeah, Bobby Time just makes the most out of Ivy's for the up airs, up Bs, neutral airs, putting you into really bad juggles, almost getting the catch with up air as well after the neutral air dodge. Bobby Time is kind of going off right now once again.
And this is set 3 between two teams already that have one on the board each. So this is a swing game right here. This is a huge swing game for both schools. If Bobby Time can extend that lead, that would be great. If Darth Wampa could win here, that would even up the score or give. Actually, I believe that would give the lead.
Bobby Time just putting out those grizzly leaves, keeping themselves safe, and that back throw is going to be able to do it. A little bit of rage, 120%, and at the edge of the stage, more than enough to close it out.
I was going to say, we're on the verge of another Bobby Time 3 stock right here, but luckily Darth Wampa managing to clean it up a little with the bomb. I'm loving the sass today from the teams. We're seeing all these taunts coming out. We're seeing the disrespect. I'm here for it. Pound your chest. Just make sure you can win the game right after you do that.
Ooh, getting... I keep forgetting which of those tilts that is, but getting either F or down tilt, finding a grab off of it. And now, once again, Bobby Time just controlling the pace, holding forward, pressing all of these buttons.
Very unfortunate clank right there. Yeah, it seems like Nair is just doing such a good job of tanking. There are certain characters in this game, or projectiles I'm pretty sure can be outdone by certain aerials in certain instances or certain hitboxes. It seems like Razor Leaf is just being kind of stunted by this Nair. I feel like Darth Wampa should be using this Nair a lot more in these neutral situations because Nair, fairly non-committal of a button for Link, honestly. That's a
Speaking of committal and non-committal buttons, a nice little safe, quick option, nice little poke from Bobby Time in the form of Flare Blitz.
safe little poke.
My favorite little neutral tool,
Oh,
Is that it?
that it? Wow, Fly so powerful off the ground right there. Bobby Time gonna be taking it with a nice 2 stock and gonna be keeping the lead right here for DePaul.
I don't know what
Really,
happened
really
with
solid
Bobby
stuff.
Time leaving after game 2, but whatever they did, they were able to power up just a little tiny bit and then do the exact same thing that they did game 1. So this is going to be a huge, huge lead for DePaul University, already up 13-6. Is this impossible? Not in the slightest. Because, you know, the next set is going to be basically the game changer, right? That is when DePaul University, if they're outside of that 8-point threshold, that's when they will become, you know, the guaranteed victors. So
It's
in the
true.
meantime, we're gonna cut to a break again. We'll be seeing you guys in a couple of minutes. So. Good evening, my little PogChamps, and we are once again back from another break. We have one of the final two sets of the evening coming up. Right about now, we are going to be seeing Ikana from DePaul going up against Volt. I believe one of them plays Cloud, the other one plays
Young Link.
Young Link.
The
I knew
tag
that.
Ikana is from Ikana Canyon, which is in The Legend of Zelda. It's in either Majora's Mask or Ocarina of Time. I forget which one. I've never played either of those games, so... I want to play Majora's Mask really badly, though.
How do you know the name of a canyon? You know what? Either way.
I'm kind of poggers, though. I don't know if you know me. I'm kind of poggers sometimes.
We're both kind of losing it just a little tiny bit.
I'm losing it a little bit. It's been a long day.
It's been a very long day. We are going to be seeing Ikana on Young Link, Volt on Cloud. I feel like this is a matchup Cloud kind of does really well in. He has big buttons. He has good out of shield. Unless he kind of just plays keep away the whole time.
I feel like both characters have the potential to do well here. Cloud specifically because of the amount of range he has, how fast he is, and how big that sword is. Young Link, great boxing tools or just close quarter combat tools in Nair and down tilt, coupled with some of the best projectiles this game has seen. It's definitely a toss up. I don't know. Maybe there's some definitive winner in this matchup. I honestly think it might be Young Link. Honestly. But we'll see. Either way, Volt doing a fantastic job of just doing what Cloud does best, which is walling out with that bear, using that giant sword to really keep Ikana out of their range.
But this is exactly where Cloud excels, keeping people in the corner. This is where Young Link struggles the most, actually getting out of the corner. But again, Cloud's buttons are so safe on shield. You can space them so well. It's a little bit more difficult to find the parries on Wi-Fi. And Young Link kind of relies on his out of shield options sometimes. But beautiful back air. Volt going to be taking that first stock.
And if he kind of can clutch up this set right here, that would be pretty much the entire series for DePaul at this point. But Volt doing such a good job of not really being phased by a lot of these projectiles. Oh, this should be big though. Big forwarder coming out. I think that's a limit being burned right there for the recovery. It is.
Volt now needs to really patiently escape the corner. Again, they're realizing, hey, I can just kind of sit and shield at some points. That forwarder hitting from behind as Volt decides to fade back in.
Spot dodge, up smash. Now, punishing that cross slash really, really well. Volt actually was forced to halt the cross slash right there after that first hit, because you can only keep linking hits after the first one hits. You have to physically be able to hit something in order to keep that move going.
Yeah, that time around, Ikana was going to be able to get the out-of-shield punish, just recognizing, like, hey, I'm just going to go for what's fast, what's safe, what has a nice all-coverage hitbox all around me.
If there's one thing I'm noticing already is that Volt has to watch the buttons they're pressing on landing. Arrow is such a good tool to quickly get you and catch your landings when you're dropping down or trying to mash aerials down. You just have to figure out some way to avoid them. They are fairly linear, but they are quick, so they can link into... No pun intended, they can literally link into other moves Young Link has if the hit is successful.
Yeah, also, this is why Cloud jumping in is so big, because you can just occupy the range that he kind of wants to be going through Boomerang. It's so slow. You can jump, falling fair. It just hits through everything. That is a massive, strong hitbox. Playing patiently, both of them just being like as careful as possible. But again, Volt is not being aired at all.
Wow. What, did you see that fade away from Ikana off that blade beam right there? That was insane. If they were like a second slower on their fastball, they would have gotten hit. Good jump call out right there. Oh boy.
Well, that's not going to be it quite yet. Ikana
for the edge guard.
That should have just been a falling neutral. But either way, you know what, Ikana not bleeding too much for it. Still going to be able to get a forwarder without taking any more damage. I don't know what that bomb was.
That was weird. That was a weird little bomb interaction right there. Yeah, kind of favoring just like retreating most of these instances. They don't want to get too greedy in their scraps, so they're waiting for the projectile to really hit and then establish some sort of opening so they can get those stray hits for themselves. I feel like in certain moments they could be pulling the trigger a little bit earlier on moves, but if the game plan is working, don't deviate from it.
Up his way to the platform. Beautiful spot dodge there, actually. Just catching Volt being a little bit too greedy with the next out-of-shield option.
Oh boy.
Come across the stage, not going to be able to do it quite yet. Volt needs any way to be able to close this out before this game is inescapable for them.
Yeah, looking kind of destining towards kill percent right now. They just need to manage to get one final hit off on Ikana right here. But looking like no dice right now. Ikana's just been keeping this healthy full stage range. so they can keep shooting these boomerangs. And man, it just seems like Volt is having such a frustrating time trying to get in past this barrage of projectiles right now. Ooh my.
So much shield pressure. Volt going for a grab out of shield that place. I'm not really sure what the reasoning was behind it, but that is going to be the kill confirmed.
Ooh.
Wow.
Threw the boomerang, shot the arrow, popped up. Boomerang came back, and the arrow's already, or the fair was already deployed.
The boomerang really was. The boomerang was the homie got the little assist.
Always coming back.
Was able to get Volt knocked into Economist forward, so did the job. I no thoughts head empty when this song comes on. I'm just vibing. I'm the Kirby, you know the gif of Kirby where he's got the headphones on, he's just bobbing his little head up and down, listening to me. That's me listening to this song. But either way, really stellar game one played by Ikana right there. Really good stuff. Seriously, at the beginning it looked a little scary, but they start to shift into this very hyper defensive play style, and you could tell that Volt had no answers for it confidently. Yeah, no. Volt just started to like shut down a little bit, maybe get like frustrated with just the quantity of projectiles being put out there. You have to understand what your options are against them. You have to be confident, you have to keep moving, you have to know when to let it hit your shield, when to walk, when to dash, what are your ranges. It can be overwhelming, but if you don't have that flow, you'll just be constantly stopped in your tracks over and over again.
I wonder what adjustments Volt is going to make in this game too. I think probably trying to find healthier ways to force themselves in and just stay on top of Ikana. It's tough because, like you saw how much generous frame data that Young Link has in the palm of their hand. Like you saw, you know, they'd whiff a move, then they either spot dodge or jump away. Like there's no really super hard commitment with this character unless it's like something awkward, like a whiffed grab or maybe like a misplaced up B or something like that. You really have to pick your times to get in very carefully against a character like Young Link. Or better boxing tools up close, which I don't believe Cloud has.
I feel like it doesn't come back to the boxing tools because every time that Volt did jump in, they were able to get a lot out of it. It's just like actually getting there and knowing the ranges that you can occupy and being confident with your jumps and avoiding those projectiles.
3, 2, 1, go!
So about to see right here. This is wearing down too. You know, this is make or break right now for U Hawaii. They need to get this win on. We've got to switch to Joker, which I think honestly, very good counter pick. You can really farm Arsene out of a lot of these projectiles right here. We're gonna see if Ikana plays a little bit more aggressively here, but you are switching characters mid-set, so you do have to become reacclimated to the matchup with your new character.
Yep. Joker is good. Joker has everything. Joker is a top 2 character.
Joker's love, Joker's life. Persona 5. Play it. Good game. Not another annoying fanboy telling you that. Really good. Just play it. Please.
And wow, what an edge guard from Volt. Just running out there. That's exactly what we have to do to Young Link recovery as well. Cloud does not necessarily have the privilege of being able to go out there to edge guard, but that is really Young Link is at his most exploitable. But wow, what a down air.
What a down air indeed. Just stopping the bleeding almost immediately in Ikana. And again, this is another tall-ish character that I feel like Young Link doesn't have a lot of problems with comboing or getting in on or anything like that. It's one of the benefits I'd say Young Link has for being so short. That being said though, Arsene up again already. And from what we saw that first stock, Volt knows how to make good usage of Arsene.
Right now, Ikana's ledge trapping is looking so solid, getting little pokes here and there, just wearing Arsene down meter by meter.
Okay, seen the down throw. I think up air was the correct follow-up right there, or up throw, up air. You know, Joker follows very, I wouldn't say super tight windows, but he definitely follows windows where either down throw or up throw is the optimal follow-up throw to throw out.
Yeah. Not just using guns as a way to safely land here and there. Ikana getting stuck in the lag of bomb pull and also the return of the boomerang. I feel like...
Yeah. These spot dodges from Ikana. I feel like Volt has to start becoming a little more privy to these spot dodges because he's just been getting whiff punished every single time he's missed these spot dodges.
Tries to go for another fire arrow forward. It was not able to do so. Oh, this back throw can be huge because at any point, a character like Joker is privy to be able to get edge guards, especially on Young Link. This is when you want to go out there. Oh, but then it just drifts a little bit too far. Did not follow Ikana all the way.
Okay. I like how Volt has been managing their disadvantage more so with this character, though. They've been choosing to fade away and not interact after Ikana gets their initial hit, which has been saving their bacon a fair amount of times. What an Iha. Oh my god.
An interesting choice. Ikana made it back on. Now watch Ikana take the first stock. There you go.
Yep, there it goes.
I don't know why that was the choice. If I were Volt, I would have dropped down countered.
I don't know if this is kill percent for down throw just yet with Joker. I don't think so. I think 167.
Huh. Volt released down B really quickly. That was so scary. That could have been the down throw once again. And Z-axis. How did that happen?
This game is goofy, wacky, fun times, yes. Back throw or down throw. No, forward throw. Interesting. I felt like back throw or down throw would have been far more optimal, especially at 189.
At 189 with Hosen on deck down throw, definitely would have been able to do it. I don't know if Hosen actually boosted power of kill throws, but
I don't think it does. I don't think he does.
Yeah.
I think it's only he just hit big stronger on normals.
Wow. Okay, so yeah, Volt once again like still at a pretty big stock deficit. Good on them for being able to at least even up the stock count. They're still at a huge percent deficit. I like the wait from Ikana, maybe anticipating an air dodge.
Oof. If they caught that fair right there, that could have been the entire set right there for Ikana. This is getting so scary right now. Okay, though, we're seeing the down tilts at ledge. Tried and true. Young Link setup right there. If that down tilt does hit, either a nair or fair is coming right after it. Volt has to play out of their mind for the rest of their game, or for this game particularly. And we got our Sen. We got our friend. Our nice little
Oh, that was such a committal forward. Volt was just able to go back onto safety. Ikana missing it. So scary. Whoa, what's happening?
I like the composure there from Volt, just respecting it, staying in shield, knowing that Ikana hasn't really been going for grabs this entire set so far, so they can just keep kind of affording to just respect the new shield.
But why Ikana backed up, didn't go for any ledge traps, just went immediately right back to the other side of the stage. That is when you want to be pressing buttons, and no more Arsen, so Ikana can have a second to breathe.
That was your opportunity, Volt. That was the time to punish.
That was the time to go for the back here, but yeah, forward Ikana. Oh, just preventing the comeback from Volt.
And it's those scramble situations. I feel like both these players kept giving up neutral consistently. Like you saw with Ikana, giving up stage control right there when the ledge, when the ledge play was looking ripe for them. And same with Volt. I just feel like they were kind of backing off in these instances where they could be opting to try and push for a further advantage at that point. But Ikana is going to be sealing it for DePaul this time. Now we got one last set for you guys today. We got Skull Kid and a Gray, I think, but we haven't locked in yet. I don't know. Either way, one more set left on the dot. Before then, we're going to shoot to a quick break for y'all. See you guys in a bit.
Welcome back to EGFC Season 3, Week 2. My name is Fang, joined by the lovely Doramkar, and we're here to bring you your final set of the day.
We're at the end of the night and at the end of our row. We've got DePaul versus U Hawaii right now. DePaul kind of messed up U Hawaii just a little bit this set, but we've still got one final set to grace you guys with today. We've got Skull Kid versus Grace. Skull Kid gonna be repping Ness, fairly notable Ness player.
Okay, here's what's gonna happen. For all those that are uninitiated back home, for all those that do not remember, both of us are Ness mains. So we will simply be info dumping Ness information.
Oh man.
As we go up against Grace. So
Hey, that's my
Sean,
color.
not mine, because I play with default. So IMO, winning matchup. Every time
IMO
I
as
see
well.
this.
Winning matchup. Winning matchup. Very winning matchup. Very cool. Fun times. Yes.
Skull Kid getting quite the up smash, getting the vertical hitbox that went under Smashville with a nasty stage spike. Oh, that was brutal.
That only happens when you're holding in or just DIing a certain weird way, or the lip of the stage is like awkward.
But guess who has no double jump and is now off stage? And Courage has to go for it down in, but fast falls a little bit too quickly. Oh no.
So one reason why I think Dara and I say this matchup is winning for Ness is that each Mon can really catch hands from Ness. A good Pokemon trainer is pretty scary for Ness to deal with, but if you don't know how to space properly or don't know how to manage within Ness's burst range, you're going to be finding yourself getting hurt a lot. PK Fire also
my God.
very
Skull
lethal. Against Squirtle, against Charizard, against Ivysaur, all three don't really have a particularly easy time getting out of the move.
Skull Kid is playing this like he has somewhere to go right now. Skull Kid is just playing so confidently. Gray has not been able to find a single clean opening.
Oh my. Yeah, already 122 on Skull Kid, but Gray just climbing in terms of percent right here. Or an anchor right here. This is crazy. Wow, clashing with the yo-yo right there. That's going to be really great.
Good spacing on the up B just to be able to hit through it, but that back through is going to be able to do it. So Gray finally slowing the pace of the match down just a little teeny tiny bit. Has to find a way to be able to whiff punish Ness for all these buttons, but that is no easy feat.
All right. Goku just trying to end it here, honestly, with these yo-yos. However, Charizard can be an especially scary character. You've got Flamethrower that can slow down Ness's recovery, and you've got stuff like that.
Oh my goodness.
That's in my opinion, Charizard is the scariest Mon to fight against in this matchup, because when he has momentum, when he can get you on the ledge, it becomes terrifying. There are so many good, consistent two-frame tools Charizard has at his disposal, but if you can't recover correctly, none of that's really going to matter.
Gray getting a little bit thrown off by the double hit of the tail there. It is a disrupting move. That is exactly what the PK Thunder Tail does. For all those that do not know, that is a transcendent projectile, meaning you cannot hit with it. It will not interact with your buttons. It will not interact with your attacks, while the head of it is actually one that you can try to hit through. So the tail is actually the most menacing one. It can deny you getting back to stage. It can, combo into itself. It's insane.
It's so frustrating to deal with as well in certain instances. It really is. You get hit not only once but twice by it. It can really just, like you said before, it can really disrupt a lot of your flow when you're off stage. It can interrupt recoveries very frequently, so you're left without a jump. You have to really, really watch yourself when it comes to Ness up B, because it has a lot of properties to it that make it really difficult to get around.
Absolutely. So going into the next one, Gray needs space. As Pokemon trainer against this matchup, you do not want to keep it really close like Smashville. You need a little bit of space so that you can back up and effectively whiff punish. On Smashville, whoever controls Hunter stage, in this case Ness is just able to just be so, how do you approach?
Annoying. He's so annoying to fight. Oh, that'll be game one, a pretty convincing one at that. And yeah, the main deal right here is managing your neutral route as Pokemon trainer. Against a really solid Ness, you can find yourself getting punished a lot, because the punishes Ness has on Pokemon trainer specifically are lethal. There's so much damage that can be done to this character. I think Charizard is just Charizard and Ivysaur are probably the two saving graces, just because Ivysaur can kind of trap Ness a little bit in the air by following Drift, and Charizard also does a fairly good job of keeping Ness off stage with the range that his tail has, as well as two-framing with moves like F-Tilt, Down Air, Flamethrower. There's a lot of counterplay, but overall Ness's punish game is just so strong on this character.
Yeah. So it seems like we're going to be seeing a bit of a stage switch. I'm curious to see where we are going to be going. They're going to be opting just to go right to Pokemon Stadium 2. I agree with this choice. PT really does excel on PSD, but then also you have a lot of space, you have a lot of room, you can get platform extensions, you can whiff punish Ness. Smashville is far too controlling of a stage.
That's true. I'm curious to see how Gray is going to adjust here. Because, obviously the chips are already down. You just want to make sure you shrink the gap between you, between the schools, honestly, at this point. Because all this does factor in for the end of the season. All right,
so potentially sitting on a final game of the evening, too. I feel like Gray was showing a lot of potential in the last game. A nice stage choice could be very beneficial to them. Skull Kid not getting a sweet spot of PK Fire, overcommitted to a dash grab. They needed to recognize that situation.
Good startup damage, though. At least Squirtle still has those initial combos and is able to scrap with Ness somewhat. It's just not getting really hit by PK Fire or jumping right in front of Ness, because if you get yo-yoed off stage at Squirtle, you're going to die.
Interesting choice. Drag down there into up tilt. I don't know if that's exactly what Gray wanted to do, but now Skull Kid is in a position where they need to land, and an amazing juggle from Gray. Beautiful tracking. Up B is going to be able to do the job just fine.
Oh boy. Skull Kid doing a really immaculate job right now holding this ledge. Staying mostly grounded. Yeah, that's another yo-yo. Multifaceted option. Can be an anti-air, can catch roll at correct distances. It can catch you on ledge. It can two-frame. It is such a scary
down there into F-tilt. That was a good decision, but maybe a little bit too low of a percent. That's a kill on somebody like Ivysaur. But now Skull Kid needs to find a way to be able to land. They need a back air neutral or anything to close this out.
Okay. Great. Turn it up a little bit, staying a little bit more evasive this time around. Still no switch to Charizard just yet. I feel like we're well without the percent where Charizard is really effective for keeping the stock here, but we see it coming out. Ooh, good fly. I love that option right there. That was
it's
so
a great way
good.
to catch Ness's landing.
It's got armor. Good.
If Ness keeps on trying to land aggressively, just try to armor through it and you'd probably be just fine. In that case, they try to do it, but Skull Kid's spacing was very on point.
Okay, PK Fire Punish coming out. We're going to see a fair. I feel like Nair or Bear would have been good tools to just knock out of the PK Fire right there.
Well, you're just going for a grab in that case because that was a pretty good sweet spot with PK Fire as well. But really good high recovery with Flare Blitz. Now the game is almost completely even. Skull Kid getting the...
Oh, no. Yep. Okay, good. Good awareness to keep up being right there. A lot of players will either go for an air dodge or do something else out of that right there. So really, really smart by Gray right there. And it got them to stop. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, getting very greedy, but also Gray getting extremely greedy. What was that Flare Blitz down?
They wanted to cheat.
Wanted it.
They wanted it so bad, and look how much it's going to cost them now. But honestly, at 19-6 point differential, you might as well at this point.
That was almost really bad for Gray right there. That was like a very good sweet spot for PK Fire. Gray doing a pretty good job in circumstances like this, but just keep getting caught by PK
Has the
Fire.
jump lead, but only getting the late hit as Skull Kid went for it a little bit too early, and now just jumping in constantly. Gray getting a bit of space with Razor Leaf, just backing up, throwing them out.
But I feel like Gray's greed is going to cost them. They were up really good with that stock, could have extended a little bit of extra damage and eking out as much damage as they could for that stock, but now they're knocking on death's door right here. No, it's Charizard.
That was so scary. Skull Kid got rid of his jump, and now he still needs to be able to find a way to land here.
Oh boy. Oh man, this is getting awfully tense. Skull Kid has to really manage these jumps a bit better.
Skull Kid keeps on wasting that double jump off stage.
Okay, that was good that time. I like that mix up that time. Wow, Gray. Such good patience and such good ledge trapping that entire time. Just waiting for Skull Kid to hang on the ledge for a bit too long. Clawing back that game too. I love the patience right there. I think we're seeing a little bit of nerves from Skull Kid right there and closing that game out. Kind of burning double jumps a little too willy-nilly, trying to force their way back on the stage. Sometimes you just gotta wait. Sometimes you gotta be patient. Ness on the ledge, he has good planking tools, but getting off the ledge can be incredibly difficult for him sometimes. And again, Charizard, really good ledge trapping.
I mean it when I say that
basically
Charizard is like the most difficult for Ness to fight out of all the mons. 'Cause that is the scariest. It's so difficult to try to compete with like Charizard jumping in a way that he threatens you, dashing and shielding. Kind of is counterintuitive to everything that Ness really wants to be doing. So with that being said, now we are going into a final and conclusive game once again. It is impossible for the University of Hawaii
Oh my.
to be the victors here, but they can at least amass a good amount of points for themselves. So we'll see how this game goes.
Last game of the entire day, honestly. I think Gray made really good adjustments there. I think Skull Kid definitely got a little too finicky on their disadvantage a lot of that time. I think the switch to Charizard was really good for Gray. I feel like they know exactly what they want to do and what their game plan is against Ness in those instances. It just seems a little more up in the air when it comes to Squirtle and Ivysaur.
I feel like there's also like a good amount of like optimization choices, right?
Yeah.
Like recognizing, you need to have that recognition in your head. Oh, this is a sweet spot. This is where I go for my big punish. Oh, this is a sour spot. This is where they go for a lead. Are they going to jump? Are they going to roll? Are they going to shield? Are they going to spot dodge? That is when you start trying to punish those. I feel like Skull Kid's options, going for a grab or going for a floater, always happen regardless of the spacing of PK Fire.
I agree. So this last game is really going to test if Skull Kid can really adjust how they were managing disadvantage and if Gray can keep holding on. You know, there are a lot of really scary close calls for Gray in that moment. So we're going to see how this goes. Just waiting for them to pick and strike this final stage. This is where all the marbles lie, but not really, because one school already won, but still.
So it seems like they are gonna be... Where are they going? FD? I think. Okay. So yeah, it seems like they're banning Town City, Final Destination, and Battlefield on behalf of Gray. Honestly, banning Battlefield against Ness is always a good choice. Because that is a really good stage for Ness. He just moves around so effectively on the... curious to see where they're gonna go.
I don't know what the pick here is going to be, honestly. I will say I think Ness does fairly well on most stages, honestly. PT probably just as versatile as well. Both of these are really solid characters.
Alright, so it seems like we are going to be going to a small battlefield. Yep, this is Ness on Biplat, and in fact a little bit of a smaller stage. This is maybe one of the best stages that you can go to as Ness.
Oh, definitely.
Ness loves Biplats. Ness loves his double jump cancel PK fires.
Right, though. So we're already seeing pretty explosive start from Skull Kid. That damage off that mounted on platform. Oh my god, that was perfect too. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, PK Fire slows down withdrawal really, really well.
So as long as you get the right spacing of it, you can just do so much with it. And now Skull Kid stashing back in PK Fires. I feel like that's been like a lot of the ledge trapping. Now Gray is starting to adapt and jump the ledge.
And again, Skull Kid just hasn't been able to really take full advantage of these recoveries, but Gray going to be fading off into the distance. Tether recoveries tend to suffer a little bit after you get hit once or twice from it, so it's best to maybe commit to a different recovery if you can, or make sure you still have your jump with double jump so you can come back. Oh my. So my technical director, there's a 55 frame rule basically that you can't grab the ledge again 55 frames after you get hit off of it.
So I think that's what happened there for Gray. Really unfortunate. That explains a whole lot, actually. I mean, characters with tether recoveries, a little bit more susceptible. Oh my god, but Skull Kid. this game is going by so quick, Dara.
Yeah, Skull Kid with a huge lead right now, and that is why using the double jump like that is so dangerous. Skull Kid, you gotta hold on to your resources, bud. But Gray getting there a little bit too late. That was their punish. That could have been it. Uh-oh.
Oh god.
I love these immediate like jabs after down tilt. That's
no
really
jump
evocative.
left.
That is really evocative of like how Foe uses down tilt.
Oh my god. All right, there's a glimmer here for Gray at this point. With 62 with 2 fresh nest stocks to take, there's going to have to be some serious outplays and some serious edge guards here for Gray. And already looking pretty good. 58 off of 1 interaction. We'll take that.
Really great. Like once again, I feel like every time that they get put on their last stock, that's when they start really mixing Skull Kid.
For real.
Every time they just get powered up.
It's like, oh, I'm supposed to be playing? Okay, sorry. Some players play better when it's high pressure, when it's do or die. Mm-hmm. Your last stock is either your worst stock or your best stock most of the time. Oh, okay, no get up attack, just opting to get off the ledge. This is so scary. I love that flare blitz.
Wow.
So smart from Gray.
Hey, this is like doable-ish, is the thing. Charizard can make anything happen. You gotta get up attack there. That's what Gray tried to do. Oh my goodness. Okay, 1. Again.
Oh man, this is bad.
Oh, why an up tilt? Why? They had the back heel multiple times.
No double jump and no up B left. Gray is gonna SD right there. So close to success right there, but I think they got stuck in a little bit of analysis paralysis off of that PK fire there. Either way, Skull Kid gonna be taking it to round out our set and series for the night. I believe the final score between the two is going to be 22 for DePaul and 7 for Hawaii. So kind of a wash for DePaul. DePaul being one of the most threatening teams in this league right now. Are we going to go to an interview?
We are going to be doing an interview, but we are going to quickly cut to a break before we do so. And then after that, we'll be closing out, so nobody go anywhere quite yet. We are going to be doing an interview with DePaul University. So we'll see you guys in a couple of minutes.
What is up, guys? We are back with EGFC Season 3, week numero dos. That means 2 for those of you who don't speak Spanish out here. But we have tonight's winners. We've got DePaul University's very own Matt Beach, the man, the myth, the Kazuya. What's going on, Matt? How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing A-okay. How are you both doing?
Doing good. Tired, I think, a little bit. We had a pretty long day, but a fun day. I think we had some really good sets today. A lot of crazy storylines unfolding right before our eyes. I just wanted to start you off with, first of all, how you feeling, and also when did you decide you were gonna become a Kazuya main and drop the Mega Man, the Astro Boy?
I mean, we're definitely feeling pretty good. I mean, the kind of funky thing is that we were all kind of practicing like offline today, so we got a little bit. It was a little bit of like a whiplash with gameplay.
A little thrown off.
Yeah. So I mean, the button checks, if nothing else, the button checks that we all did were really, really appreciated. But as far as going to Kazuya goes, I don't know. It's kind of weird. I mean, I played a lot of Ryu in Smash 4, and so a lot of people are honestly kind of surprised that I was picking Mega Man at the start of this game. And then when Kazuya, none of the other fighting game characters that really gelled with me the way that Ryu did in the previous game. So it's like when Ryu came out, or not when Ryu came out, when Kazuya dropped earlier this year, I gave him a shot, and I don't know, something clicked. I was like, wait a minute, this seems really, really familiar, while also just being more of it. Like there was, a little bit more of interesting movement, a little bit more, janky hitboxes, a little bit more cheese. And so I was like,
you were looking terrifying out there today. You were destroying stocks.
I appreciate the enthusiasm. I'm glad I was able to put on the show there.
Something I wanted to ask. Wait, sorry, did I cut you off?
No, you did not. Go ahead.
I was gonna ask, are there any schools or players that you guys are especially looking out for this season? Because I remember last time around, you guys were kind of dominating.
I mean, there's definitely all the schools that we played last year that gave us a run for our money or were able to beat us. I mean, Colorado, Mississippi are obviously the two that are always on our radar. It's okay, these people are these are really, really good players. We always have to be watching out for them. George Washington University is one that I think is being a little bit slept on right now. They have a really good roster of players. The issue is that last year they kind of joined late, so not a lot of people really got to see them play at their best, but now that they have more time to do so, I'm definitely expecting them to pull off some big wins. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I would say those are the three that come off our head the quickest. I mean, there's others like St. John's University that are also really, really good and have been able to beat us. But yeah, I would say that those are the ones that always jump out to us at first thought.
And damn, so I don't know if you guys know, but there have been some schools today that were dropping your name, your guys' names off on their list, saying these guys are definitely killers out here. We got to watch out for these guys. They're tearing it up. So you got some targets on your back for sure.
Yeah, and we definitely came into the season knowing that it's all right, we're no longer the underdogs that came out of nowhere right now. It's we have to realize that there's definitely gonna be some standards, and yeah, like you said, there's definitely gonna be a lot of targets, people kind of watching us, trying to see what they can do to beat us. So you really can't sleep on anybody. I think that's something that could be easy to forget, but it's a really important mentality to kind of hold when playing in leagues like this.
Especially in the college scene, you have such a vast amount of players that all go to school, because people of all ages play this game. So you have people that are legitimate PR contenders in their own states participating in this league, which can be kind of scary for a lot of schools out here who have less experienced or less stacked rosters.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean Yosufu is another good example.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Somebody who's okay, this is a very, very serious player. It's when you get a making character look godlike video on your opponent's roster. That's definitely terrifying.
When are we making Matt Beach? Wait, Matt Beach making Mega Man look godlike.
Or Kazuya look godlike.
Kazuya, yeah. I just associated Mega Man so well in my head at this point. I guess
I'll make both happen.
Yeah. One final question that I have for you is while you do have a second, is there anybody that you want to shout out? Anything at all that you want to tell us while you're still here?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, earlier today we had a lot of people we're playing nowadays from our gaming center at DePaul University. So, massive shout outs to everybody that's been able to make that happen. The different gaming center mods, Courtney, who's been helping us run everything from esports from a professional staff side. She's been really helpful with getting things off the ground, and also pretty much everybody in our community, like the JV players even, everybody on the JV roster is always super, super down to grind no matter what time of the day. We had a few of the JV roster players, Cookie and Turbo, who were in here literally all day and stayed until the very end of the match. So huge shout outs to them for pulling through and being a part of the audience the whole time.
But yeah, with that being said, I think this is gonna conclude the interview. I'm feeling it like it's time we should get out of here because it's already like 11:30.
Oh man,
we've been at this for a minute.
Yo, class tomorrow too.
Yes, I do. I'm in big trouble. I got a lot of class tomorrow.
All right, so we'll let you go. Thank you, Matt, for joining us. Congratulations on the W again. We hope to see you put on another fantastic performance next week.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Appreciate you both hopping on the mic, giving a good show to the viewers. Much appreciated.
Thank you.
Happy to be here, friend. And yeah, with that being said, that is finally going to conclude our week 2 of EGFC season number 3. For all those that are not following EGF official, you should go ahead and do so right now. For all those that are not following House of 3000, our lovely producer, you should go follow them at House of 3000 on Twitter.com. Follow my lovely, incredible co-caster at Fan9S, and you can follow me at Galia. And with that being said, Sean, you got any closing thoughts?
Pet a puppy if you see one.
Yeah.
And drink water. And try to love yourself. That's about all I got for you guys today. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night or day, depending on where you're watching from. We will see you guys back here, same time, same place next week for more collegiate Smash action. Just wait, because it's only going to get crazier from here.
See you guys in a bit.
Good night, everybody.